Hey everyone, welcome back. Today I'm showcasing all the characters and info currently available on the Chaos Zero Nightmare official website. The game isn't released yet, so we don't have the full skill descriptions, but we do have the characters list, their factions, and some of their unique cards, including some in-game footage. Also, a lot of the info I'm sharing comes from the official Chaos Zero Nightmare Discord. Shout out to the amazing community there. Everyone's super friendly and loves talking about the lore and characters, so if you're interested, definitely check it out. Link will be in the description and in the comment section. Oh, and don't forget, the game is expected to release on October 15th, so if you want to get a head start, the pre-registration links are all in the description and comment section. And hey, whether you're into finding your forever waifu, or if you're play for meta like I do, stick around because we're checking out every review so far. I might even pick my favorite waifu at the end, so let's get into it. Now, just so we're all on the same page, Chaos Zero Nightmare has a few different type of cards for each character. Attack cards are your main damage dealers. They're all about hitting the enemy directly and chunking down their health bars. Skill cards go beyond just damage. These can buff your team, debuff enemies, heal allies, or apply different effects to help control the fight. And finally, there are upgrade cards. These don't deal damage themselves, but they power up your other cards or boost your stats so you can make bigger plays later. Each card has a number in the top left corner, which is its cost. That's how much energy you need to play it. Higher cost usually means stronger effects. And those numbers you see popping up on the side of the screen, like 6 plus 2, that shows how many cards are already in your discard pile, which is the number 6. Plus how many cards you played this turn, which is 2. When your turn ends, those new cards get added to the discard pile. So on the next turn, it will show 8 plus 0. So the cost on the cards and those numbers are both important for managing how many cards you can play and how your deck cycles each turn. A quick heads up, all the card information and character roles I'm mentioning here, like DPS or support, are based on what's shown on the official site and Discord. It's all subject to change once the game officially launches. One thing I'll point out, we actually get a mirror for our 2 million milestone reward. So that's the character we start off with instantly, a 4-star. She's definitely a DPS. She's giving that vibe. And go pre-register now. First off, the Terrisian faction, the group that wields elemental powers, or what some might call magic. Let's talk about Renoa, a combatant, basically meaning she's geared towards damage dealing. She's got 4 attack cards and 1 skill card, all currently listed at a cost of 1 energy each. Visually, Renoa gives off a dark gothic vibes, especially with the things like black roses and somber colors, but her skill names like La Viva and Grace, which translates to life and grace, and attacks like instant judgment or scars of repentance, ties her heavily into like a holy slash twilight element. I honestly like this character. I like the whole aesthetic of her, and she's great. A very good potential waifu for one of you. Next up, we got Mika, the holder of the element water. It's very clear to see that she's water. One of her skills clearly say water. But even though her role is a combatant, I feel like that might change because she only has 1 attack move, and the rest of her moves are essentially just skills and upgrades for the team. Blessing of Waves is for sure a healing move, just based off of the name. Essence of Water was actually already shown in the footage about to pop up right now. So yeah, it seems like her move allows you to choose between 3 other moves, which is sick if you play Marvel Mystic Mayhem. Captain America does the same thing with his ult, so pretty cool concept. And tactical analysis looks like it'll give the team an additional damage boost. I don't know, I'm just assuming. And overflow upgrade, it looks like it'll give the team extra energy or whatever you want to call mana. So yeah, a pretty cool character. Blue hair, typical anime duo with the protagonist. Now next is Haru. She's also a combatant, DPS. Again, they're all gonna change soon. She looks like an electric element, based off what I'm looking at. I was gonna say energy element, but I feel like her being the god of thunder will be sick, like Thor. She has 3 skills and 2 attacks. Honestly, she looks good for a DPS here. Her move, energy charge, I could only assume it just gives herself a damage buff. I don't think it gives her team a damage buff. Or it just gives us more energy slash mana. Her anchor pointer, I have no idea what that does. I don't even know. I just don't know. And then the way anchor, it just looks like a defense thing, probably some type of defense boost. Again, have no idea. It might be in the gameplay footage, but I couldn't find it. Next up, we got the guy from Jobless Reincarnation. He's a DPS. His name is Owen, and he is the holder of the wind element. I think this is pretty sick. I honestly, even though this game is about waifu collecting in a way, I do think I want to get him. The wind ability looks sick. He got 3 attacks, 2 skills, perfect for a DPS. I'm pretty sure wind charge, he buffs himself, and shatter armor. That's obviously gonna be a move where shields don't matter, so he'll just break through the shield and he'll do the exact same damage with or without the shield. Amazing. And then what I really like is his parry skill. So I assume once you put that on, if he gets hit with an attack, it's not gonna count. It's gonna do no damage and he's gonna hit right back. Like, it's obvious the parry, it says it in the name, but that's gonna be so sick. And honestly, with this set, because him buffing himself and him breaking through armor and doing a parry attack, meaning he takes no damage. Hopefully it's like that. He should be meta. I don't think he'll be crazy high end meta, but he'll be suitable for early mid game, hopefully late game, because this is a sick ass character. And next we got the last member of the Tertian family, Yuki. I'm pretty sure she's inspired by Chun-Li. I like her. She's obviously, I think, a lot of people's favorite character. And I mean, she's my favorite right now. She is gonna be my, what they say, waifu. And yeah, so she got 3 attacks, 1 upgrade, 1 skill. And what's crazy is one of her attacks is 0 cost, and I'm pretty sure that one's gonna have a cutscene, and then her battle preparation upgrade. I don't know, I'm assuming because of her first attack, Flash. I feel like she's a speedster type character, so that might enhance her speed, so she might go first most of the time, and might allow her to skip the enemy's turn here and there because of how fast she could get. Or again, it could just be a damage amplifier or something. And then she got Vengeful Blade. That honestly, it looks like a parry too. I don't know, it looks sick. Vengeful Blade. But what I think is that if she gets hit, she hits back instantly, which is honestly amazing. Maybe it lasts for 3 turns, or it could be a debuff that obviously it gives bleeds to the enemies. Either way, it's very sick. I'm hoping it's if she gets hit, she hits back immediately, maybe for 3 turns. That would be insanely sick. Again, I think she's meta. 100% she's meta. Just 2 big reasons why. And yeah. Now we're on to the Iron Rain faction. A faction that deals with full-on strategy and tactics. They don't mess up. They're smart. They're always 1 step ahead. Maribo, she's also a combatant. She is a DPS apparently, but that's gonna change because she's definitely a tank. I like to protect other people, so Captain, make sure you're always behind my shield. She's obviously a tank. As I said, they're probably just kept it as combatant for now. They're changing it whenever the game releases. So I think that's pretty sick. She has 3 attacks, 1 upgrade, and 1 skill. I assume her shelter skill just gives everyone defense while attacking. Or she just gives herself more defense and also does the attack. Resolute Blitz, probably just regular attack. Maybe more, who knows. Wolf's Dome upgrades everyone's defense instantly. It could be permanent or maybe 3 turns, 2 turns, who knows. It's pretty sick. OIC. Honestly, I have no idea. I generally don't have an idea for this. I don't know. I don't want to say another defense buff because that would be crazy. If it's another defense buff, she might be the best tank in the game because that's crazy. There's crazy defense. And then Shelter Strike probably destroys every type of shield and armor in the game. And she might be meta for if there's. I'm pretty sure there's gonna be boss raids in this game. So if there is boss raids, which there's definitely gonna be, she's gonna be meta for boss raids. And I think there's starting to be a trend here because this is also my favorite character. Next up is Burial. I think that's how you say her name. Don't slander me. She's also a combatant, but I don't think so. She might be a tactical support. I don't know the other names for this. So she got 2 attacks and 3 skills. One of her skills costs 0. I don't know what the skill does. There's not really much. Guilty pleasure. Maybe an attack boost. Don't know. Her charge skill is definitely an attack boost. She also got heavy weapon specialist, a skill, and honestly, I have no idea what that move's gonna do. It could increase the fire rate of their weapons, which would be honestly awesome. She got an attack, exploit weakness. That's the way it sounds like it's gonna be maybe breakthrough shields again, but I feel like that's too repetitive. So it might cast a vulnerable debuff on them, which would be very good. And charge shot, mixing up charge buff with the charge shot is probably gonna do massive damage. You're gonna have to keep charging and cycling. So she might be solid. I don't think she's gonna be meta. Maybe she is. I don't know. I'm assuming, but. Luke from Miraculous Ladybug, he is a combatant. Again, that's down a switch like the previous ones. He analyzes every situation and he cool in any battle. As I said, this faction is made of tactics and he is definitely up there. He got lethal shot skill, probably does bleed and applies other debuffs on the guy. His detect opportunity skill is probably going to be a debuff. He detects opportunity, he detects the enemy's vulnerability, which is honestly amazing. Assassin's tools, that's definitely an upgrade in his weapons, maybe everyone else's weapons. And Phantom Rush attack, once he hits, he goes invisible, or he goes invisible and then hits, meaning he won't get hit again. So he's safe from 1 turn, or maybe 2. And then Dual Magnum attack, just a basic attack. Pretty sick. He's a sick character. I like his design. Last but not least, from the Iron Rain faction is Lucas. True victory isn't decided until the very last moment. He has 3 attacks and 2 upgrades. Extended magazine that might allow him to shoot more than once, maybe even 3 times, which would be sick. He also got a regular attack that doesn't matter right now. He also has a flamethrower, or I guess you could say flaming roofer. I don't know, but that's gonna apply burn. It should be applying burn. And then he also has a flashbang attack. It stuns the enemy. It's the most obvious one. And he has an RPG-7 upgrade. His next attack, which is the SSS, will turn into an RPG, meaning it will do so much damage, which makes sense. I don't know about you guys, but it makes sense. And honestly, it looks really sick. I actually like it a lot. And I keep saying the word sick. I gotta stop saying it, damn it. Now it's time for the Selema faction. They're all partners, and partners are kind of like artifacts from games like Epic 7. They're not full characters you control in battle, but special units you equip to essentially your main characters. When you equip a partner, they do two things. First, they boost your stats or give you extra effects, just like gears or artifacts. Second, and the cool part, they add one special burst card into your deck. So instead of a partner having their own full set of skills, they just give you one powerful card that you might draw during the fight. Basically, partners are a way to customize how your character fights and add unique tricks to your deck, so choosing the right partner can easily change your strategy. So my girl Sarithia, she looks like she'll give a good defense card once in a while. It looks like, I don't know if you guys can see it, but she has like a shield. I think it's a shield and it's like deflecting the laser. So I feel like the card you get whenever she decides to give it to you, or the certain condition in the game, she'll give you guys a defense boost that will be probably one of the best things in the game. And I think that's a cool addition to the game. Next, we got Ishlin. She has the Inu's Guardian. Honestly, I have no idea what this move's gonna do. It looks like it could potentially maybe stun the player or a huge damage boost, but I'm not getting much from it. She just like she's kind of sad right now. She looks sad. Yeah, you guys gotta go cheer her up. Next on the list is Solia. She has a move called Baterio Temporal Rift. It looks sick, and it's probably obvious. It looks like a crazy damage attack, a crazy AoE attack, matter of fact. And I'm not complaining. Looks sick, and I really want to get her. The last person in the Salema faction is Priscilla. The entire universe is destined to grovel beneath my feet. She has Tetra's Web. Basing off the name, it looks like it could immobilize the enemy, or it could give them a huge debuff, such as Vulnerability, which is top notch for a card that you could get here and there. And for one time, we'll do a vote. We'll show her voice.
すべての宇宙は私の足元にひざまずく運命なり。
Damn, yeah, that's my bad. That's my ball. That's my ball right there. On to the next one. Starting off with the Peltian faction, a faction I think that revolves around a massive technology and a magical theme. That's what I'm assuming. We're starting off with Chizuru. She has 3 attacks, 1 upgrade, and 1 skill. Her Sasunu sword attack, 0 cost, and I'm assuming that's an O or something that you meet at a certain condition. Like most of the cards that we saw that were 0 cost are probably oats and cutscenes. Spiritbind upgrade. What I'm assuming is that she's like Adam Warlock from Marvel Rivals, where she shares damage if one of the characters get hit, which I think will be a sick addition. She got Lunar Fall attack. That's probably an AoE thing if shooting stuff from the sky. Embodied Will skill. I don't know, honestly. It probably just enhances her damage or some sort, maybe giving her an AoE type attack. After she uses that, she got Divine Moonshard attack, and that's probably her heavy hitter. Again, I'm only basing it off the names and the images I'm looking at. Next, we got Eufina. She's a combatant, and she has huge hands. I don't know how that works, but she got 2 skills, 2 upgrades, and 1 attack, so she's probably a support or controller of some sort. Her skill, Power Activation, I'm assuming it's another buff that gives her a damage amplifier. I'm pretty sure it looks like it only gives her a damage amplifier, but it could give everyone a damage amplifier. Defense model skill increases everyone's defense. Stimulation Connect upgrade. That's definitely an attack boost. No, now that's officially attack boost for something. I think for everybody in the team. If she's a character that gives everyone buffs, which I don't think makes sense, that's probably not her kit at all. And I'm probably bad at assuming stuff, but Stimulation Connect, it sounds sick. It's starting to look like these things are permanent, maybe. Upgrades could be a permanent card, honestly, if you keep just stacking and stacking. If that's the case, that's also a cool condition for the game. Electricity Overlord attack, probably her main heavy hitter. It costs 3, so that's crazy damage. And her last one, Tentacle Supply upgrade. Honestly, I have no idea what that is. Maybe a speed amplifier or some sort for the team. But as of right now, she looks like I don't know. I don't even know. She might be a solid controller. But if she is a DPS, like a combatant, as it says right there, I don't know. Like, I don't know what I'll think about that. And up to my actual favorite one. I have many favorites, but he's definitely one I'm going to be summoning for. I'm probably going to reroll for him. Even if he's a bad or meta, yo, like, his abilities look sick, and I'm pretty sure they're exactly what I'm thinking of. His name is Cassius. He's a combatant, and he has 3 skills, 1 attack, and 1 upgrade. His first skill is Shuffle Cards. Is a 0 cost skill. And again, I'm assuming it's a cutscene, and I think either you choose or the game chooses a card for you and it debuffs or it buffs your team. which would be insane. And when I say debuff, I mean debuffing the enemy team. We got Devil Dice Attack. Again, another probably a debuff or a buff attack. Probably like Lifesteal is the heart icon, and then one of the other sides of the dice is add bleed or add poison or something. Would be insane. Pop-eyed Pepper upgrade. I have no idea what that is, but it could increase the chances of having a crazier buff or something for his cards or his dice. That'll be honestly such a cool feature to add in the game. I don't know if any other gacha game has that. Actually, Honkai might have that, but either way, still sick. Dice Trick, a 2-cost skill, and that's definitely for the Devil Dice attack. It could either increase the chances of having a crazier buff, or just something in general that includes a Devil Dice attack. And he got a 0-cost check skill. Maybe the check skill allows him to actually choose the card. The player like you are able to choose what buff you want next instead of the game choosing it for you, which, yo, that's actually a cool ass feature if that's a thing. I don't, unless I'm cooking something else. I could be cooking a different entire game now. I might have given them an idea. Narja, she's also a combatant. She got 2 skills, 2 attacks, and 1 upgrade. Her energy concentration skill costing 1. It likely charges her energy quickly, prepping her for bigger attacks. Dragon Claw attack, a direct powerful physical slash, possibly multi-hit. Flying worm control, also costing 1, and it's an upgrade. It looks like it summons a small dragon. The art shows like a dragon like protecting her. It could give her like another defense, like the dragon's in front of her. So instead of her taking the damage, the dragon takes the damage like a shield. Pretty cool. Colony, a 1-cost skill. It could mean summoning multiple small dragons or buffing allies with dragon theme effects. Flying Worm Evasion, a 2-cost attack. It's probably her big finisher, so I'd bet it's a single target or a AoE damage attack. And I'm hoping she's actually meta. She actually looks her, if she actually summons stuff, which I love characters that summon, it would be very cool. The last of the Peltion faction is actually a partner. So this is actually pretty cool. She has an attack that says Photothermal Plasma, and it sounds like a superheated energy blast, possibly dealing high single target or AoE damage. And also remember, partners like Alexia aren't full-fledged fighters. Instead, they're like artifacts that grant you an extra special move. And I'm assuming, basing on like if you have multiple people in the same faction on the same team, you get synergy boost, which is in most gacha games, and I wouldn't be surprised if they add that. And we're finally on to the last faction, the Stella Familia, the furry faction. First up, we got Calipe, a combatant. She has overpowered 2-cost skill. It sounds like a burst damage move or maybe a debuff that lowers enemy defenses. She got Silver Fragment, a 2-cost attack. It could be a mid-level single target strike, maybe with a bleeding effect given the fragment name. She got Calyx, a 3-cost attack. The name's a little mysterious, but it's possibly an ultimate level move like a devastating finisher or area strike. She got Cannon Barrage, a 2-cost attack, probably an AoE move, sending out multiple hits or explosions. Rally, a 1-cost skill. It honestly sounds like a party buff, which makes me wonder if Calipe might also play a minor support role. Overall, she feels like a leader. She's a good DPS, but she also feels like a leader that gives insane buff support. She seems right for a DPS and a leader. Next up is Hugo. He's a combatant. Predator's Rush, a 1-cost attack. It sounds like a quick gap closer or rapid hit for fast damage. He got Dagger Spray, a 1-cost attack, likely a multi-hit AoE or rapid strikes. Gonna be amazing for swarming enemies. Guardian's Howl, a 1-cost skill. This feels more support or tank, like possibly boosting defense or drawing enemy aggro to protect teammates. Wolf Awakened, a 1-cost upgrade. This could honestly be a transformation style buff, enhancing his stats or unlocking new abilities temporarily. Out of everyone, he has a really cool moveset. Not as cool as the other guy, the one with the dices and cards, but I actually really like this. I don't feel like he's gonna be meta though. For some reason, I don't feel like he's gonna be meta. I think he's gonna be those cards you get in the beginning of the game. We got Magna, also a combatant. She has Crystallization, a 1-cost upgrade, likely a self buff for defense or extra damage. She got Ice Hammer, a 2-cost attack, probably a heavy hitting single target strike that might also freeze or slow the enemy. She also got Frost Charge, a 1-cost skill. It sounds like a rush move or a buff that empowers the next attack with ice damage. She also got a Frozen Wall, a 2-cost skill. It's definitely like giving kind of tanky and support vibes, possibly creating a barrier or damage shield for herself or allies. She got Frost Shield, a 2-cost upgrade. Again, supports defensive utility, maybe absorbing damage or reflecting hits. Magna right now, she seems more like a tank rather than a pure DPS, but she can hit hard when it's needed. Also, I feel like she's part of the Elemental faction. Like maybe there's something going on with the story. It's something with the lore that we don't know yet. She might be from that faction and something happened, because she does got an element skill. So, and last but not least from the Stella Familia is Veronica. She is a combatant. She got locked and loaded a 1-cost upgrade. It sounds like a damage boost or a prep buff for her next attack. She also got Sir Kowalski, a 1-cost skill. This one's honestly intriguing because it can summon a partner or a pet for extra hits, or it might be a unique buff. Hard to tell, but if it's a summoning, I'm definitely gonna pull for her. Pendant of Resolution, a 1-cost upgrade, possibly grants crit resistance, defense, or another protective effect. Repose, a 1-cost skill, and it might be a healing or a recovery skill. And last but not least, Ready Bombardment, a 1-cost upgrade, and it definitely sounds like a damage prep skill, maybe increasing attack speed or prepping for a big burst. What I just noticed is that she doesn't have a single attack, so she's definitely a support and not a DPS. Maybe there's something with this game like I'm just not understanding. Again, the roles are not finalized, so it's probably a support, a really good support too. So there's actually a new character that they teased us with, and her name is Orlia. She's a controller, and she's part of the faction, the Holy Crusaders. So, you know, it's actually a new faction there, which is pretty sick. It also has this trauma betrayal thing. So, I was right. There is going to be some type of morale thing, I'm assuming. Or it might just be like a little cutscene. But it would be cool if they have a morale in this game. And these are like extra pictures of her. I don't know what they're doing with this. I dozed off waiting for you. Why did I wait? Chuckle. I wonder why. And yeah, I think people seem to like it. I also found out about this not because of Twitter. I didn't get any notice. I found out about it because of the Discord. Again, this will be all in the links in the description. Join. As I said, all these guys help me find out what every card does and some of the characters do. So yeah, go shout out to all of them. And guys, that's it for every single faction and character in Chaos Zero Nightmare. And right now, I'm gonna give my thoughts, and I'm gonna say that Yuki is my favorite character. And I feel like she's gonna be meta. She just looks like a character that'll be meta. And Owen is gonna be up there. And obviously my favorite faction right now, it gotta be the Tourism faction. I just love elements, so I don't know, it's pretty sick. Let me know what you guys think. Let me know what your favorite faction is, your favorite character, your waifus, or whatever you got in mind. Feel free to like and subscribe, and make sure to pre-register and everything. I'll leave everything in the description and comment section, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.